Welcome to another CTV Sports presentation. CTV Sports is brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick, GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn, Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By Ackett Soups in Adair and Marine City. By North Star Bank, North Star guiding the way. By St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, We Care. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Ace Hardware. And by CTV, Community TV in Marine City and St. Clair.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's senior night at St. Clair High School. Varsity Boys Basketball action. Coach Sharrow and the Saints welcome in the Utica Chieftains and Coach Jerry Kramer. Tonight we're going to look at a non-conference game to finish up the season as both teams are out of their league races, finished with league play, and looking at district play. A little bit of a tune-up game here, but it's lucky for the Saints to get to do it at home, Coach Schleihofer.
Yeah, it's a good pregame or a good precursor for districts for the Saints. Utica comes in; it's a big team that's going to have some size. And in districts, you know, St. Clair's going to go up and open with Marysville. Marysville has some good size. And then if you get past that, you have Clintondale, who has some size. And then ultimately, you're going to have to see New Haven in the finals, who goes 6'9", 6'11", and they have 6'4", 6'5" wings. So it's good to see a team with some size. And it's a team that will give St. Clair some trouble. I mean, just sitting out here looking at it right now, I mean, if we're going to go to battle, I mean, Utica got a little more beef on them.
That's a lot of size over there in the black. So
we'll take it down to Coach Denny White. We'll have a national anthem starting lineups, and we'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the national anthem, before the introduction of the starters, St. Clair High School would like to take a moment to introduce to you tonight's seniors. The first one functions largely behind the scenes in a pretty much thankless job doing work that no one gets to see, but if she didn't do it, you would certainly know it. Senior Corinne Madden. The two senior players we have this evening, we would like to recognize both academically and athletically for their leadership, mentorship, and guidance in a particularly young team, as well as their significant community involvement. Adam Toby. Clark Lamb.
All right, there you have it, the national anthem, and now we'll take it down to Mr. Denny White, and he will introduce the starting lineups for you there. Sam, we saw Adam Toby and Clark Lamb honored as seniors, also manager Corinne Madden. Kids who put in a lot of time and effort into the program, and always nice to say thank you to them on their final home appearance.
Welcome you to tonight's contest between the Chieftains of Utica High School and the Saints of St. Clair High School. Tonight's starting lineups in the spirit of sportsmanship read in alternating fashion, beginning with the Chieftains. Senior, number 11, Parker Schmiel. For the Saints, 6'1" freshman, number 2, Ben Davidson. For Utica, junior, number 21, Joe Brown. For St. Clair, 6' freshman, number 3, Mario Matson. For the Chieftains, senior, number 23, A.J. Wilson. For the Saints, 6'1" sophomore, number 4, Eric Williams. For Utica, senior, number 32, Chris Zackley. For St. Clair, 6'6" senior, number 5, Clark Lamb. For the Chieftains, senior, number 35, Will Young. For the Saints, 6'1" senior, number 10, Adam Toby.
There you have the starting lineups as interpreted by Denny White.
As interpreted, yeah, we got some clever names, folks, for the Chieftains tonight. Bear with us as Sam might pronounce it one way and I another. We'll do our best to get what you pay for.
As we talk about Utica, from everything that we've heard, number 11, Parker Schmiel, is going to be their best player. He's a pretty good combo guard. He's a good shooter. He can score off the dribble, so keep an eye on him. If he gets hot, it could be a long night for the Saints. For St. Clair, they're going to rely on ball control and try to get the ball in number 5, Clark Lamb, and work inside out to get Ben Davidson, Mario Matson, Eric Williams some shots in the perimeter, and hopefully Adam Toby can do some slashing off that.
Coming into tonight, I believe Utica sits at 11-8. They were 9-3 in the MAC Blue. The Saints 11-8 also, but we're 6-6 in the MAC Gold. And we're underway here in the first quarter, senior night, St. Clair High School. St. Clair versus Utica. Lob play right out of the gate to number 23. Can't get a handle on it. A.J. Wilson just off the backboard. Ben Davidson with the board and brings it up for the Saints. Might take a little bit of feeling out here for both teams. Sam is, not very familiar with, each other in terms of league opponents. I know these guys have scrimmaged in the offseason. Teams come a long way in that amount of time, and might take a little while to figure out what each is doing. And I know something that'll weigh into both of the coaches' minds is I see a lot of cameras here tonight. Those district opponents might have sent somebody out, so you have that internal debate. Do I want to show them a bunch or do I want to show them very little? And it'll, only time will tell what they're able to do. You certainly want to win the game. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a tune-up here.
Absolutely. If I'm Utica, I'm looking in, there's a pretty big size advantage. Number 35, I believe that's Young, is being guarded by Toby. And just from standing up here, it's a big decided difference.
Joe Brown shot at one end was no good. At the other end, Eric Williams pours in a three right after he just made a two. It's a 5-0 run by Eric Williams.
Obviously, Coach Kramer doesn't like something that he sees. He calls that timeout right out of the gate. You don't like to burn him this early, but he obviously didn't like the way his team came out of the gate.
Yeah, Coach Kramer here probably talking about maybe reminders on the scouting report. I can't imagine that the scouting report said let Williams walk up and shoot from the top of the key if he really wants to. So early on, Utica tips the ball out of bounds. St. Clair executes a really nice baseline out of bounds play and scores on it, and then gets a stop, comes down and gets a wide open look for three. And that's good magic when you're starting to hit early. The ball going in makes everybody feel a little bit better. Clark Lamb steals the inbounds. Can't get it to go, well contested. Loose ball comes off Parker Schmiel. Saints are in man-to-man. Interesting to see with the size of the perimeter players for Utica, how St. Clair is able to match up and keep people in front. There's going to be a matchup on the floor for Utica somewhere almost all the time, so everybody's going to have to rotate, do a good job in principle to help people out.
Wholesale changes coming for Utica. Number 2, that is going to be Jack Kramer. Number 10, Kumanu Gwilly. And I didn't see the last, number 15, Caden Ebling also came in for Utica.
We had a little bit of an issue. Player left the court, came back on. The official saw it. It'll be interesting to see how the official handles this year.
Yeah, I mean, he completely left the court of play. Looks like they're going to let it go.
Could have been assessed a technical, but mark that down for good karma points for the official. I know he completely left the floor. They didn't have 6 guys on the floor, so that guy's got to check back in before he comes in, and he didn't do that. The coach didn't want him out of the game, apparently. A lot of changes there for Utica. That might be a message sent by Coach Kramer to his kids. Doesn't like the effort early on. Lamb working hard with a lot of contact in there at the block at this time.
Good entry by
touch.
Davidson.
Nice flash, Adam Toby, and assist. Clark Lamb, good look, good finish.
There's that slash, and we talked right at the beginning. That's when Toby's at his best.
Utica breaks the press. Just looks like man-to-man on the full. Nice long pass, but Clark Lamb and his length were able to kind of cover up 2 guys at once there on the back end, and that's going to allow St. Clair to put on that pressure up front if they need to. Utica screen at the top. Being pretty methodical, patient. Long gun by Ebling, can't get it to go. Rebound comes off the Lamb. Davidson, long gun, good. Saints look real comfortable here early. You gotta like that, early offense.
That's a great look in transition for the Saints too. Good kickback, and that trailer is a lot of times in the fast breaks the best opportunity.
Kramer with it now.
Good job on Toby inside on Gwilly. Once again, he's outsizing there, but he's doing a good job fighting hard.
That's the matchup I think Utica probably wants to get, but right now doing a good job, and it looks like there's lots of help there. Ooh, nice shot there. Number 21, Joe Brown, over the extended arm of Eric Williams. Good contest, knocks it down anyhow. 10-3 Saints, 4:30 left in the first quarter. Some dribble drive action. Clark Lamb's going to be called for the charge. I wasn't sure originally if that was going to be called. I think the official was waiting to see if it went in. That might have been one of those odd situations, Sam, where that bucket would have counted, and then he would have been assessed with the charge. I don't think the call was going to change either way.
You saw his hand go up. He was watching that ball the whole way. So, call could have went either way. Wouldn't have been mad either way. It was pretty good defense by the Chieftains.
You like Clark being aggressive there, coming from the perimeter. He just went at it. Never know what you're going to get inside. Good to test it early, see if they're willing to stand in there and take a charge. Williams gets a piece of the shooter there. Andre Montreal, he's going to go to the line and he's going to shoot 3 foul shots. Can't argue with that one either,
No,
Sam.
It
He
looked like he
absolutely got him.
altered the shot from here, it looked like. And we had a pretty good vantage point of it. Just like that, I mean, Utica knocked down these 2 free throws. They could weather that quick 10-0 run with a 6-0 of their own. That's a good answer for Coach Kramer. You put the jinx on him right there. Perfect.
It's good work. Montreal to attempt his 3rd and final here. No subs yet for the Saints. Williams with the board. So just 1 out of 3. Emphasis here for St. Clair. Get the ball to Clark. They do. 2 touches on this possession. Good kick. Going to have some ball movement. They're going to have to get some diagonals. Doing a nice job, Utica is, of coming down, and the guy guarding him, Willie, is being real physical with them, but not fouling. I think that's important for them. They're going to have to play physical, but not foul. And then they did a really good job of quickly doubling down.
Yeah, and part of getting those looks and those diagonals, those shooters or those opposite players have to slide into position, just like we saw right there, Williams.
That was the skip pass the Saints are going to have to use. If they're going to offer all that extra help, they're going to have to skip it and either get good shots for their shooters, or right there, that was actually a pretty good drive by Williams. He just wasn't able to finish. Schmiel likes the high screen and roll for Utica with a kick. And that's going to go, and all of a sudden it's 10-7 with 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Utica stays in man.
Great play by the Saints right there. Fake that high pick and roll. You throw that pass across. Clark rolls right down the lane. A good pass by, I believe that was Toby that threw that in. Clark got fouled.
It was a great full speed cut there. Good hands on the catch. Same inbounds play as on the first possession. A little bit better defended this time by Utica. Skip out. Toby with it on the perimeter. Still emphasize getting the ball to Clark here. Toby with a tough drive. Probably not the look you want. Probably could have got something better on a kick there. But good aggression. Another well-contested 3, and it goes, and it's 10-10. Caden Ebling for the Chieftains knocks it down.
And this is a team that can shoot the ball. So if you give them confidence to start, I mean, you're gonna have to score with them, and a lot of times that's difficult.
Saints getting decent ball movement here. I think those passes right there are the looks that they're going to have to get. Toby looks at the gap, drives in. He's going to draw the foul. So last time he went up and he kind of forced it going the other way. That time I think that was a really nice drive. Had a guy out of position, attacked him. He's going to go to the foul line to shoot 2. Darian Rutledge and Buddy Broski at the table waiting to check back in, I think along with the rest of the Chieftains starting lineup from originally. And credit goes to the guys that he subbed in on those wholesale changes, possibly to send a message. Looks like it worked. It's 10-0, and all of a sudden now the starters are coming back in and it's 10-10.
The bank was open for Adam Toby on that free throw.
I wasn't going to mention it, Adam.
It's senior night, got to get a rip in it.
He earned that one. Second one goes the more natural way, and Buddy Broski's going to check for the shooter, Adam Toby. Still full court pressure from the Saints. Long gun. Can't get that one to go. Parker Schmiel not afraid. He pulled that one from pretty deep.
And Utica likes to get up and down. You're going to see that. They're settling in a 2-3 right now on defense, but on offense, they like to get it and go.
And you wonder, Sam, if Clark Lamb has to come out of this game, if Utica might change their defense a little bit. Big man for three, can't get it in transition. Clark Lamb with the board. Early on here, Clark Lamb's got quite a few rebounds. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Good aggressive take there by Williams. Good rotation. Will Young blocks it out of bounds. Will remain with the Saints.
That's a great take. You've got to capitalize on those opportunities. More times than not, they're going to foul you on things like that.
Good clean block, but shouldn't deter you from staying in there. Ooh, tough look there, Clark Lamb. Probably should have got a bucket out of that baseline out of bounds play.
You'd like to see him finish that contact, but there was contact there.
Joe Brown can't get it to go. The Saints missed a rotation in transition there. Can't get that to go. Two guys laying down. It's 4-on-4 basketball at this end, and Williams right there. As we said before, no reason to deter you from going. The guy who blocked the shot last time was laying on the floor with Clark Lamb at the other end, and this time he takes it at number 32, Chris Zackley, and is able to draw the foul and go to the line.
Like you said, if you're St. Clair, you want to get those big guys in trouble, in foul trouble, so you don't have to deal with them later in the game.
Josh Markle checks in to give Clark Lamb a break here for the last 42 seconds plus the quarter.
Won't be surprised to see the Saints go to a zone look here, maybe in this quarter with the size discrepancy that they're facing right now.
Second one won't go. Utica sounds like they're going to play for one here, Sam. A lot of high screen and roll out of Utica. They allow Parker Schmiel to kind of use it and play off of it. They put the shooters in the corner. You got a guy that can handle the ball. That's actually one of the best offenses you can run. It creates space. It allows other guys not to have to do too much. And here you see the kick to the corner. That one won't go. 6 seconds left. Loft, left-handed loft. Can't get it. Ben Davidson with the rebound. That's going to end the quarter. 13-10. St. Clair leads by 3 after jumping out to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, and that was a good look for Utica there with about 5 seconds left. I believe it's Joe Brown. He's one of their better shooters. He's a catch and shoot guy. He wasn't able to get the fall. Then they got the rebound, and they didn't know the situation. I think that their guy could have dribbled out and got a better look, but he kind of flung it up from the baseline.
Yeah, it looked like it was left-handed. I guess on my scouting report, I don't see if he is actually left-handed. Kind of a left-handed floater when he really actually had the time to set his feet and take a shot there. Fortunately for the Saints, he lofted it. Ben Davidson was able to come down with the rebound and moving on to the second quarter.
Get your Auto Show bonus cash at St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Use your Auto Show bonus cash to get better deals.
Lease a Chevy Silverado for $198 a month, GMC Terrain $168 a month, or a Buick LaCrosse for just $188 a month.
Hurry, Auto Show bonus cash won't last long.
Better service.
Better deals. With a new huge indoor showroom.
At the #1 volume dealer in St. Clair County. We care in St. Clair.
Exit 257 off I-94.
Neiman's Family Markets, from produce, deli, bakery, meats, or even bagels. Neiman's Family Markets. They have it all on Kearney Drive in St. Clair. Neiman's Family Markets.
Look at the first quarter. It was a quarter of runs. It was 10-0 St. Clair, and then 10-10, and then finished 13-10 in St. Clair's favor. But that pace was going to be tough for St. Clair to keep, obviously. And the way Utica shoots it, you don't go 9-3 in the MAC Blue with some good teams up there, with Port Hurons up there. You have Mount Clemens up there. Grosse Pointe South's a good team this year. Go 9-3 in that league. They're well seasoned. They got a nice team, so they're here to play. It should be. Hopefully, it's this entertaining throughout.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Sherrill and you're the Saints, you got to look at the whole body of work in the quarter. It's nice to go up 10-0, but I don't know if they really missed a shot for the first 4 minutes. So look at it. You won the quarter. You got what you wanted. Now you just got to grind it out and make sure you continue to have three more good ones.
Utica's coming out in a 1-2-2 look here, and that's the spot you want to avoid.
Spot you want to keep it out of.
Good play by Buddy Brasky. Throw it off the leg of a Utica defender. But
if you're going to throw that, you got to throw it quick.
Against the 1-2-2, you want to stay away from that corner.
Goes back to it. He's going to have to move it. And this is actually, for St. Clair, this isn't a bad little scout here. Marysville will run some of that same exact defense. So for Coach Sherrow, it's not a bad time to get a look at somebody running at him live. Sometimes it's hard when it's not part of your repertoire to get a scout team to run it.
And they're like that. I mean, that's pretty much Marysville's base defense. So the more they run it, the happier Coach Sherrow will be, because it's hard to simulate in practice if you don't run it.
Saints come out in a 1-3-1. There's the diagonal you need against the 1-3-1. Brown, long gun, can't get it. Josh Markle skies for the board. Utica stays in the 1-2-2. Good ball movement by the Saints. Gets Rutledge a three in the corner and knocks it down. Darian Rutledge, the big man.
Darian can shoot the ball. I mean, I believe in the scrimmage earlier this year down in Utica, he kind of shot lights out. So they can't be surprised at what they see. That's good. It should probably be a reach on, I'm guessing, Ben Davidson. Looked like he slapped in there.
Utica tried to take advantage of one of the gaps in the 1-3-1, and Davidson at the top reached in instead of moving his feet, gets a foul. You know, you mentioned that Darian knocking down that corner three. You're playing in that 1-2-2. You got to move the ball so quick. You almost don't have time to think about whether or not it's the right shot. If you're open and your feet are set, you got to go. So great job by him knocking it down. That's the quickest way to get him out of something you don't like, is to beat it up. Number 32, Chris Zackley, the other big man, matches it. 16-13, Saints, 6:35 left in the first half.
Utica back to a man here, or is this 2-3? 2-3.
2-3 zone. Saints with 4 out and 1 in here against the zone. Getting some high post touches with Rutledge. Gets it poked away. He's in a battle for it. Now they're going to get number 35, Will Young, with a foul. Oh, maybe not. They might have got Zackley there.
They got Zackley on that one. And have Williams, Lamb, and Toby back in the game for the Saints.
That's one of those situations, if you're Coach Kramer, you see that foul called. Darian got it poked away, so you almost feel as if he loses that right to have possession of the ball. But nonetheless, you can't go in there and grab arms. You got to take the ball from him legally. Clark rolls back through. Been working a lot on Gwilly. Or Gwilly's working a lot on him, rather. That's a battle.
They're letting a lot go down there, but they're letting it go both ways, so there's not much to complain about.
Eric Williams gets pretty fortunate there. That ball found its way through. I'm still not quite sure how. Rutledge with some good hands. Lamb with a touch. Can't get it to Rutledge quite on time. I think he wanted to shoot that ball. He was clapping like he wanted to shoot it.
Good possession by the Saints. A lot of patience.
Lets it go again. Can't get it to go. Zackley with the board. Quick transition. Kicks to Montreal. Can't get it. Two Utica players ran into each other trying to rebound that, and Eric Williams comes up with it.
The thing that you notice with Utica, that shot goes up, they don't have very many guys crashing. There's 3 guys back beyond half court when there was a battle for that rebound going on, and that could be important as the game goes on.
Lamb with a touch. He tried to kick it. Couldn't quite get it. Darian Rutledge tries a dribble drive. And number 23, A.J. Wilson, goes all the way down the floor and is going to force Coach Sherrow into a timeout here. I don't think he necessarily liked what he was getting down at the offensive end. They had good ball movement. I just don't know if there was a whole lot there for him. .446 left, second quarter. Saints still lead by 1.
Like we said on Monday, I mean, I don't know when this is going to be broadcast on Monday. I believe it's the 9th. The districts are at Marysville. It should be a great atmosphere, a great game. Like we said before, first time those 2 teams met, came down to the wire. Marysville hit a big shot in the last 20 seconds to take the lead. I mean, it was a great game from start to finish, and you'd expect the same. I mean, Coach Beaver does a great job up there. And Coach Sherrow does a great job here. It's always a battle when those 2 teams get together.
Yeah, we mentioned from the gate when we were talking about these two teams, Sam, that a lot changes between then and now, and we're still young, but we've grown up a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see how in that type of environment our kids have adjusted throughout the year. And you know Marysville's gotten better anytime a team wins a championship. And they won the championship in the Max Silver, I believe. You know, they're going to come in poised to, try to take a district on their home floor. Got a lot of action down here. Clark Lamb went for a rebound, and I believe that they called
a foul.
A foul.
But Coach Kramer, that ball did hit the bar above the rim.
Okay.
It did hit. It came back in. That's what they're talking about. And if they reverse this, it'll be the right call. The ball did hit the rim, but if they call the foul, we will see what they call.
You know what? I'm a little confused, Sam, in that I thought that they called a foul.
They called the push after the ball, after Clark had corralled the rebound. But
right, so I'm not sure that the ball going out of bounds would negate the foul, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. It doesn't matter if the ball's in or out of bounds. You foul a guy, you foul
well,
a guy.
I thought the play should have been blown dead. Is what on that shot when it hit. That's what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to give Utica the ball. So they're taking the foul off the court.
If I'm Coach Sherrill here, I'm asking how you're allowed to foul even though the ball went out of bounds. If the ball bounces out of bounds and two guys are going for a loose ball, you can still get a push. So I'm not quite sure that that's the correct way to go about it. You can call it out of bounds if you want, but I'm going to say that foul should still be charged and we should still have the basketball on the baseline. Nonetheless, it's not what's called. And all for naught there's a travel on the other end. And it'll be St. Clair basketball, but they're just going to have to go a little bit further.
Utica set up a little 2-2-1 full court press.
See how Coach Sherrill and the Saints handle it. You got to have somebody in the middle, stretching it deep. Buddy Broski's deep. Clark Lamb's in the middle. Good job by the guards being patient. They're going to have to move it now. Mario Madsen from the top of the key, and he knocks it down.
The best way to get the press taken off is to hit those shots. They're scrambling back on defense. You have an open look, so you got to be able to knock it down.
Saints stay in the 1-3-1. Good skip to Wilson. 15-footer.
Difficult shot. I thought
by Ebling.
That was Will Young. I thought he should have shot that when he caught the ball, but he took a dribble to the left and did the pull-up.
Oh, it was number 35. I apologize. Yep, Will Young. It would help if Ebling was on the floor. Madsen. Banks open for Madsen. It's not just you, Adam Toby. 22-17, 3:18 left. You and I are just going to pretend that he tried to hit it off the backboard.
I almost called it for him when it left his hand. It looked like he had that angle from here.
Well, we have the perfect view of that one, and that was the only way it was going. We'll take it. 1-3-1 finally gets a turnover there.
I'm honestly, we have Joe Brown, Ebling, and I believe Kramer back in the game for the Chieftains. Kind of surprised Ebling. I'm surprised it took that long for these guys to come back in. The spark they gave in the first quarter. They waited 5 minutes, put them in the second.
Yeah, it really seemed like they kind of earned a little bit of extra tick. Quick lob over the top. Clark Lamb gets a bucket. Comes from Mario Madsen. This is a big spot here for St. Clair. Running the 1-3-1. Got a 7-point lead back. Be nice to go on a little run here before the half. This is a big couple of minutes. Corner three. Dances on the rim, won't go.
It's a nice looking,
the rebound.
Nice looking shot from Ebling. Davidson down coast to coast. Kind of a forced shot right there by Ben. One that I'm sure he'd like to have back.
That's a tough shot. Utica in transition the other way. Shoveled it back to Brown, who thought about it. Now Ebling. Nice little shot there, a contested shot. Knocks it down. Davidson with the driving kick. Really nice move there by Eric Williams. Great body control.
Something he
takes
does,
care of the basketball.
Something he does so well. He used that rim as so he couldn't get blocked. He kind of distorted his body under the rim and flung it up with his left hand. He's left-handed, but that's still a tough finish. Good
nice bounce pass there to the wing.
That was a great pass out by Brown to Schmiel.
Got Schmiel a great shot, couldn't hit it, and then he rebounded on the back end, just couldn't quite finish the job and kicks it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Saints.
Schmiel's one of their better shooters. He's not going to miss that look too often.
Montreal's going to come in and give him a break. Looks like we have man-to-man from Utica here. We've seen quite a bit of different looks. We've seen man. Williams with a heat check here for the Saints, can't get it.
It's going to be a push or over the back on Madsen, I believe.
Out of Utica, we've seen the 2-2-1 press. We've seen a 1-2-2 in the half and trapping. We've seen the 2-3. So they're taking the approach that they're going to show the camera everything.
Yeah,
today.
that, and then they also run a 1-3-1 in the half. They'll run a matchup zone. They do a lot of different stuff. Makes it really tough to prepare for as a coach.
Saints in a 2-3, just as we say. Utica's changing their defenses. Buddy Broski got held up on the bottom there. I think Utica's fortunate that there was a no call. Ben Davidson with the rebound. A little bit out of control in transition, and now Utica's going to have numbers going the other way.
Once again, you'd like to see Ben pull that out. He really didn't have numbers out there, which leads to a fast break three-pointer from Guerrero. I believe that's Brown.
Joe Brown indeed knocks it down, makes it 26-22. It wasn't long ago that I was talking about how it would be important for St. Clair to make a run, and Utica's countered and done a nice job on their end. Davidson with a long three, gets a match. Maybe a little bit of a redemption shot there after two possessions where he didn't really take care of the ball that well. Gets a big three for his team. Saints stay in the 2-3, 10 seconds remaining. High screen at the top. Nice floater, can't get it to go. And that's how the half will end.
We're going to be 29-22 St. Clair. Just some scores real quick, or some leading scorers. For St. Clair, Ben Davidson with 6, Mario Madsen with 6, and I also have Eric Williams with 8 to lead the Saints. For Utica, I have Abilene with 6, and I also have number 21, Joe Brown with 6 to lead the Chieftains. They're pretty balanced top to bottom.
All right, we'll let the guys go back in, make some adjustments, and we'll be back for the second half of St. Clair basketball.
Murphy Inn, Restaurant, Spirits Hotel, all in St. Clair. Before or after the game, stop at Murphy Inn. Different specials every day. Happy hour 2 to 6 daily, and 7 vintage hotel rooms. Half off large pizza every Monday, karaoke on Wednesday and Saturday, live music on Thursday and Friday. Murphy Inn has private dining area for showers and family parties. Murphy Inn, Restaurant, Spirits Hotel in St. Clair since 1836. North Star Bank, guiding the way. North Star Bank is a true community bank whose loan approvals are made locally. They help keep our communities vibrant and growing by making loans to local families and businesses and reinvesting back into our community. From opening accounts to recommending products and services, they look forward to reach your financial goal. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Hi everybody, it's time to take a short drive down I-94 to St. Clair Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, where we're dealing on a huge selection of vehicles. Just listen to this.
During the auto show event, you can lease a Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 for just $93 a month, a Chrysler 200 Limited for only $99 a month, or a Dodge Journey all-wheel drive for only $74 a month.
Those are some fantastic deals, so get in your car today. I-94, exit 257. Come to St. Clair and find out why we care.
Okay, welcome back. Second half action. Brad Robbins, Sam Schweihoffer, and Logan Mead on the camera. Saints came out gangbusters, took a 10-0 lead to start the game. Utica crawled back in with various defenses and some hot shooting. St. Clair countered with a couple good buckets at the end of the half of their own to extend it to a 7-point lead, and that's where we sit. Should be an interesting second half. Size of Utica against the youth, and probably a little bit more speed on the perimeter of St. Clair.
Look at matchup zone. Look out at St. Clair right there. Schmiel with the big hit for Utica.
And those are his first 3 points of the night, and he's your main guy on the scouting report. So you definitely don't want him to come out here and start feeling comfortable in the second half if we were able to keep him off the board in the first half. Davidson for 3 rattles out. Clark Lamb with the board. Great job by Lamb, keeping his body under control, using good hands, going right back up and drawing a foul.
Honestly, I thought he got pushed on the way up for that rebound, but a good job coming down under control and going back up quick, getting that foul. Once again, our player in foul section of the scoreboard is out, so it's tough for us to tell who the foul's on and how many they have, as Lamb knocks down the first.
Utica looks like they went with their regular starting group that started the game. If you weren't with us to start the game, Utica's coach, Jerry Kramer, was not incredibly happy with his starting group and made, I think, a 4 out of 5 or a wholesale change to start the game, and the second group came in, did a great job, and got them right back into the basketball game. Exactly threw that right off of Ben Davidson's leg, or Mario Mattson's leg.
Yeah, well, I think it was off Ben's leg, and there was a scramble for it. And those two guys kind of butted into each other and just went out of bounds.
Somehow or another, it ended up going off of a Utica player, so St. Clair back with it, Lamb at the top. Williams had a nice first half. Hopefully he can continue that. We've seen Eric go in flashes. Saints are going to make a district run or win this ball game in particular. He's going to have to give them 4 good quarters.
Be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor the Saints.
Going to be baseline out of bounds for the Saints. Utica goes 2-3 here. Williams from the corner. Can't get it to go. Wilson with the rebound. Goes in transition for the Chieftains.
Keep an eye out next time St. Clair runs that base out of bounds play. It's this play you see them run so much. They get that look next time. Next time you're going to have Clark slipping under that screen, getting the easy layup.
If that guy tries to fight you at all, Clark will just come right back to the basketball. We've seen that time and time again. Saints get a layup the next time down. Pretty good pace here to start the second half. Running up and down the floor. I don't know if it's the fresh legs. I didn't feel like I saw that quite as much outside of the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. The game slowed down.
There it was.
Williams with a floater, can't get it. Joe Brown with the rebound.
I think Williams, he had more time than he thought he had in that play. It looked like he kind of rushed that shot when he had more time to relax and set that shot up.
Looks like the Saints are man here. Same lob they started the game with. This time a little better pass, and Wilson's able to finish. Makes it 31-27 Saints. 5:35 left in the third quarter. Clark Lamb goes up, gets it partially blocked. Really nice move there.
Extra emphasis in getting the ball in the Clark, it looks like, to start the half.
Schmiel, long gun, won't go. Wilson with a second chance opportunity. He's going to get it. The bench is alive over on the Utica sideline. We're going to get a tap foul here by Wilson. Put 2 hands on him. Point of emphasis. Not necessarily convinced that everybody knew that, but this official knew and made the right call. Lobbing it, Lamb. Looks like the second touch was off of Lamb. So Will Young, senior captain, tapped it. Looks like it went off of Lamb's hand last and out of bounds. 2-point ball game here. Saints stay in man. Tough shot, can't get it. Look good though.
Yeah, Utica,
over top of Lamb.
I'm impressed with Utica. They do a lot of nice things.
Yeah, they're organized. They got all their things together. They don't take silly shots, but they take good, confident shots. So you got a lot of kids who have the green light.
And they're a nice senior. They're a senior-laden team. I mean, 4 of their 5 starters were seniors, and that makes it pretty good. These guys have been playing together for a long time. Great dish by Williams.
A draw and dish there. Lamb with the finish.
That should be a carry. That was that right call. He caught that in the high dribble. Took about 3 steps before he put another one on the ground.
A little bit too much out of Wilson, although he's making his presence known a little bit here, working on Adam Toby. You can see he's been very aggressive. I don't know if Coach Kramer at half told him he was going to have to spark him a little bit, but he put him right on Davidson in the man-to-man, and he's been leading the break on the other end as well. Got those lobs drawn up for him.
Abilene coast to coast. I've been impressed with Abilene off the bench. He's, I think, one of the more fluid players.
He's got some good length. Saw him hit a jumper and a little baby hook in the first half. It's a nice guy to bring off the bench, cause some problems. Davidson tries to drive. Looks like he gets held on his way. Kamanu Gwilly with the foul. Gwilly's been working on Clark Lamb quite a bit in this game, doing a real bang-up job. You can see that as they stand next to each other, Gwilly gives up a couple inches in height, but I'm going to tell you right now, he's not giving up much in the weight room because that's a big boy. 3:25 left, 33-31. Utica gets another one to go off of Lamb. Saints matching up here. There's Zebling again, over top, little floater. Ties the basketball game. Dangerous pass.
You want to make sure that player is fully established.
He wasn't when the ball left Davidson's hands. He was when it got there.
They finally calls Willie for that push down low, and Coach Sherrow's, I think he's saying to the ref, what's different about that time than it's been all game. I mean, they've been pretty physical with him all game, and maybe you might start to see that being called more for Clark.
Good defense there by Utica. If you're going to give something up to the Saints, give up the long safety pass over the top. Lamb can't get the first one to go. He probably feels like he should have. Fortunate to get the rebound and then draw a foul.
St. Clair's got to be careful. Clark's doing a good job of catching those passes, but he's catching those. I mean, he's being sandwiched pretty well. So they gotta look for those skips there. And that skip seal might be the one that they want.
Yeah, it's a great job of help side defense by the Chieftains. You got to imagine, you throw that pass and you're asking your wing or your guards to throw a perfect pass in that situation. You're also asking Clark to have great hands and catch it without bobbling. Tough to do. They've executed a few times. We see Lamb on the line here, but yeah, you're right. You got to skip, seal, and get those kids on the opposite side some shots. Lamb splits the pair. Saints lead by 1. Saints in that 23 posse defense. Going to try to limit some of the dribble drives. I think Coach Sherrill might have seen enough of this man right here, Mr. Wilson, going one-on-one against some of our kids. Just tough to keep him in front of us. Wilson from the corner. Willie with a good board, good strength, is going to draw a foul. go to the line.
And I think if you're Coach Sherrill, that's where you want Wilson living. But you have to be able to, the last game we did, St. Clair had a difficult time boxing out that backside in that zone. It looks like it was there that time. The ball just kind of fell in Willie's hands, but you have to be able to finish the play.
Goy gets first. Clark Lamb going to go get a breather. Darian Rutledge, who hit a big 3 in the first half, comes into the game. Can't get the second to go. Willie's going to get his own rebound over top of Buddy Broski. Looked all legal to me, just unfortunate.
Yeah, for St. Clair, you're giving them a third opportunity now. Good defense by the Saints here in the baseline.
Markle leads the break for the Saints.
Good transition D by the Chieftains, too. They got back really well there. Saints had numbers, and they were able to get back.
Four on the perimeter for St. Clair. They're going to have to find a way to get into some of these gaps. Wilson's going to go the other way with Markle. Markle lets him live, and Wilson makes the layup. Gives Utica, I believe, their first lead of the ball game at 36-34 here with 1:23 left in the third. And it also gets Coach Sherrill into a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, just a change of pace right there. Utica's doing a good job hopping passing lanes. Saints have kind of slowed down. You talk about that tempo that we saw to start the third. It's kind of, Utica's kept it up while St. Clair's kind of struggled. And I mentioned that transition defense that Utica had there in that last possession. That was kind of a big possession. St. Clair wasn't able to score. 2 passes later, Utica's going the other way. A breakaway, and they're able to take the lead.
Also speaks to what you just mentioned, Sam, with Utica being, a senior-laden team. Didn't really feel like they were out of it at a 7-point lead. And at the other side of that coin, St. Clair probably didn't really have the ability to extend that lead and really put somebody away. And I know talking to Coach Sherrill throughout the season, that's been something that they're still learning how to do. Is they've had some teams on the ropes and they haven't gone for it and put them away. They've always kind of allowed them back in. I know the Northern game recently was an example of that. They won the game, but we're up by a significant margin, and I think ended up winning by 7 or 8 when it didn't have to be so. Yeah, they're going to get Will Young again with a hold. I think Coach Sherrill, for his part, I think got the officials' attention about how they're defending Clark at the block, and they've got him in the bonus here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think either team was able to get the bonus in the first half, so to have them in the bonus here, or for St. Clair to be in the bonus here for the rest of the game, that's a big deal. Clark gets the first, and if you're going to be in the bonus, you got to be able to get that second half. That's pretty important.
It's also important that the other kids on the team are aware, if you're on the bench now or you're on the court now, that they are in the bonus. I think sometimes it just happens and kids forget that they can go and take advantage of that. You gotta work against defense with some dribble drives, try to make them defend you and put their hands on you, get to the foul line and cash in. Saints look like they're man-to-man here. Mattson on Wilson. See how that matchup goes. Same lob play we've seen a couple times. Nice job by Ben Davidson, gets a deflection.
And St. Clair had that covered a little better that time too. Mattson was there. He'd have been ready to take that.
St. Clair going under the screen and roll at the top, gonna make Utica shoot the ball. The travel there is number 2, Jack Kramer. Takes off on one and lands on the other. Didn't do anything with the basketball.
So we're going back to that 2-2-1 look. St. Clair did a good job against this in the first half. St. Clair's lucky that they got that ball to that deep corner, and you don't want to do that against that 2-2-1.
Well, Lamb, I think, felt like he was on a break, and he went to reverse the basketball and threw it right back into a trapping area, one trapping area to another. Did exactly what Utica wanted. And there's that dribble drive I talked about. Make them defend you. Go to the foul line. 25 seconds left. It's a tie game.
Third quarter, guys get tired, legs get tired. They're going to make more mistakes on defense. More hands, more body. Those fouls don't change from quarter to quarter. Foul's still a foul.
Well, and it took some effort and some tempo for the Chieftains to make this a tie basketball game after St. Clair was up 7 at the half. So, you know, that energy, they haven't gotten a break yet. I think that was the first time Wilson went off the floor in this quarter. And right there, you saw he kind of struggled to keep somebody in front of him. And Utica's been running a couple different defenses, but in the last few possessions, it was a press. It's a lot of running around. Matson gets the first to go, earns the bonus.
St. Clair going to try to spell their starters here for the rest of this quarter. You have Davidson and Lamb on the bench. In come Markle and Rutledge.
Matson can't get the second. Markle does a nice job. Good hustle play. Can't quite corral the rebound.
I mean, Josh doesn't go more than 6'1", but he's a springy kid. He can get up and jump.
Well, he's got a good energy about him. I think, you know, as we've seen, he's played some limited minutes, but he gets these valuable minutes. Sometimes the kids don't appreciate how important these 25 seconds are, and he almost made a real nice play just out of energy there. Springs off the floor, almost got us another possession. Coaches notice. Utica's going to look for a good one here. Some dribble weave at the top. Schmiel kicks out. Brown bobbles and lets it go. Can't get it. Saints are going to take a 1-point lead going into the fourth. I think we're fortunate there, Sam, that Joe Brown wasn't able to catch that clean on his three-point attempt. He's proven he can hit them.
Yeah, he's their best pure shooter, and he's a catch-and-shoot guy. So he might have been looking a step ahead before he caught that ball. The pass wasn't bad. You and I talk so much about when we're talking basketball. I mean, it's so important for a shooter to be able to catch a pass in the pocket. So many times you see guys wide open, they're not able to finish a shot because they can't catch it cleanly, or the ball's thrown low, the ball's thrown high. That was just a good one that was just mishandled, and I'm sure that's one that Brown would like to have back.
Ackett's Soups from Scratch has a new location on King Road in Marine City. Ackett's Soup from Scratch features all their famous soups, but now they have a complete lineup of lunch and dinner items for eat in or take out, and even frozen items for heat and eat. You know Ackett's soups are made from scratch. Fresh vegetables, herbs, and hand-rolled noodles. Stock simmered for long hours to bring out aroma and flavor of real homemade soups. Ackett's Soups from Scratch in Adair, and now also in Marine City on King Road. St. Clair's Ace Hardware in the Riverview Plaza is now open 7 days a week for your shopping needs. Everything you need from auto supplies, wiring, paint, craftsman tools. St. Clair's Ace Hardware has picnic items, a complete gift department with candles and more. Don't miss the specials on Valspar paint. St. Clair's Ace Hardware in the Riverview Plaza.
Good pace in that quarter. St. Clair was able to get some touches for Clark Lamb, and when he wasn't able to touch it, they put enough pressure on to get Utica into the bonus. Wilson did a really nice job. A.J. Wilson did a good job getting some steals, caught a lob for a bucket for Utica. Really was kind of the spark plug there that got him right back in the ball game.
And coming in, we expected a good game, and this is something both these teams wanted. I think, like we said, going into next week, you want to play a close game. You don't want to make this last game one where it's a blowout. You want to have to use everything you have. You want your kids to feel some pressure, and this is a good game for both teams to be ready for next week. Obviously, Utica's going to a Class A district. St. Clair's fallen down to Class B, but nonetheless, it's good for both teams to be in this situation.
Well, and really, you look at who St. Clair is going to have to go through in their district. You start with Marysville, a real veteran team that got them already, and then if you win that, it looks like your prize is going to be Clintondale, who is super athletic, and then if you're able to win those two, you'll end up with New Haven, who I believe is ranked in the top 3 in the state in Class B in their first go at Class B, and has beaten St. Clair by double figures twice this season already. So nothing wrong with getting in a grinded out ball game here, win or lose. Chance to be competitive against some big guys and some good athletes. Corner 3 for Brown, well contested by Davidson. We've seen a couple fouls out on the perimeter. That time I thought he did a real nice job, and the officials agreed. Davidson, long gun, good soft touch, gets it to
big
go.
Shot. Like we said, a lot of times he plays beyond his years. That's just a big shot for Ben.
Good rhythm, turned around, seen that one 100 times, real confident. Adam Tobey gets a little too aggressive down here at the defensive end. I think he's trying to plead his case. It was right in front of me. I probably would have called that one.
Coach Sherrill was telling him to use his head. And you don't want to put them, we talked the importance of being in the bonus, so you don't want to put Utica in the bonus.
Here comes Wilson back in for Kramer.
Spark plug in, I mean, just a huge size difference. They're going to have Schmiel on the ball. And then they have the shooters with Ebeling and Brown, and then you have the slasher with Wilson.
It's a good combination. They work well together. Seems like they all buy in and understand what they're trying to do. There's Ebeling again. Good rotation on the shot. Can't get it. Long rebound. He gets it back. Wilson, the good drive and a feed. He's going to get the rebound on the other end.
The timeout called by Coach Kramer. And you know, St. Clair sometimes gets into these troubles where they struggle getting that defensive rebound. And you're up 4, you have a chance to take that to 6 here in the fourth quarter. I mean, those are big possessions. And Coach Kramer, knowing the importance of this possession, is able to use the timeout and get his guys under control and try to get them a look.
Yeah, that was really, those are going to be key. You know what those shooters that Utica has, it's only a matter of time before some of those guys are going to knock them down. So when you can get them into a tough shot, I think St. Clair on the half court has done a really, really nice job of moving and forcing tough looks. There you saw Brown shoot, well contested. When Wilson caught the ball in the corner, his dribble drive lane only led him to underneath the basket, and he had to kick it out. But you got to square away one of those rebounds. You can't let him continue to shoot.
Like we talked about earlier, on the one rebound that I believe that Ebeling got his own rebound. There was 2 Utica guys on the wrong side of half court, and he was still able to corral that. So they were down 2 guys, and they were still able to get the offensive rebound, and that's stuff that just can't happen.
St. Clair will try their hand here and see if they can get one more stop and a rebound. Looks like the full boat of starters in for the Saints after the full timeout. See what Coach Kramer has drawn up. He already looks displeased at the spacing.
That was a tough spot to draw a play up from on that deep sideline. I mean, you and I have had that conversation too. But they don't do you any favors when the ball's placed there.
It's not too often a coach spends a lot of time drawing up plays from those spots. The ball goes out of there so few times. Looks like Coach Sherrill had a moment to design something himself. Williams with a nice dribble drive, gets it to go. I thought he originally missed that opportunity to get Lamb a touch. Doesn't matter now as Williams, nice and aggressive, goes and uses the left hand, gets it to go.
He's been effective. He hasn't done that as much as he probably should have today. Schmiel with a big 3 for Utica. But Williams, when he's driven, he's been effective in there. He's done a good job.
Nice job. There's that tough, good backside help by the Chieftains. Lamb with great hands, great body control as Utica player standing there waiting for him, and he's able to kind of battle through the stationary contact and finish. Wilson working on the top of that 2-3 zone, kicks out. Schmiel, that's the second possession in a row. They've done the same exact thing. The 3 ball keeping Utica in it right now.
There's that same pass we talked about earlier. Earlier it wasn't over and back. This one, I 100% agree with the call.
Well, we gave Ben a lot of credit before. You know, maybe he just knew he was going to get there on time. That time he probably proved what we thought the first time correct. You got to be careful with the basketball, especially in a 2-point ball game. That's a big possession. And Utica's going to go right back to it.
Especially you have Schmiel starting to get his legs under him. He's getting ready to shoot, and you leave him again. Can't do it. Dodge a bullet there.
Long gun won't go. It's the same look 3 times in a row. Schmiel from deep, coming off of the dribble drive from Wilson. Williams with it. Lamb with a touch, doubled down. Willie is not defending Lamb this time. Lamb does a good thing out of position, throws it off Young's leg.
They had Clark on that slip, it looked like, in that one.
Davidson with a good take.
Able to finish at the rim. It's a pretty bad closer by the Utica player. Davidson saw him coming out with a full head of steam, was able to get by him. Good seal by Lamb on the interior, too.
Ben hitting a couple of those threes early in the game, probably earned himself another step there and took advantage with the dribble drive. It's a big bucket there for the Saints. 4:32 remaining in the fourth quarter, 46-42. St. Clair has the bonus. They can draw a foul. Utica has yet to get there. Lamb contests, Ebling hits, three-pointers good, 46-45. Saints still in the lead, but it's down to 1. Looks like a little run and jump here. Coach Sherrill is going to get a full timeout. Nice job to spring on a little half-court jump action. It gave the impression of man, and then all of a sudden people are flying around everywhere in black jerseys.
And good job of Utica being ready to go. I mean, you heard the coach yell it out, and those guys are right on it, able to pick up calls like that. That's a sign of a well-coached team.
Not to be overlooked here, we talked about how it's important for these kids to be in a competitive game and to come out and execute some of the things that they're going to have to do on Monday or Wednesday whenever the district starts for Utica. It's also nice for these coaches to be in a battle also and keep them sharp and look at certain situations, and it'll give them something to think about. Sometimes you get into a blowout game in your last game and you're not on the grease board and you're not having to make adjustments. You can be a little bit, complacent or whatnot. So nice for the coaches here to have the opportunity to draw some things up and get some kids where you need them. You might see this situation again next week.
St. Clair's ball on that deep baseline, which is just as difficult as that deep sideline, which we just talked about.
Looks like Williams is going to inbound here. That's different than they've been doing it all night. They're going to run him back to that corner for 3, and he gets fouled, and he's going to shoot 3 times, and Coach Kramer does not like the call. I've been there. I don't think it's going to make a difference. So Williams is going to go to the line and shoot 3 times, up 1 point.
And I don't know if he got a piece of Williams. It looked like he was trying to fight through that screen, and I think he was able to push Lamb into Williams.
Williams gets the first to go.
Long on the second.
Joe Brown, the shooter, comes back in. He's going to replace Gwilly.
I won't be surprised for the last 4 minutes. You wouldn't see Brown and Zwilly maybe going offense, defense here, just to give them some different looks.
Williams gets 2 out of 3, and the Saints are up by 3 halfway through the fourth.
Saints back in that 1-3-1.
Absolutely.
That 1-3-1 look. Good job by Williams getting there covering that skip.
Schmiel, Williams fell down. Schmiel got a look. Long rebound goes to Brown. Buddy Broski's in pretty good position considering the zone defense. Just not quite tall enough to corral it. He's had that happen to him twice. I thought he had a nice spot, and unfortunately for him, the rebound was just a little too long for him.
A block on Davidson. Pretty good defense there by the Saints, though. I mean, nothing was coming easy for Utica. A lot of skips and a lot of catch and holds, and that's a sign of a good defense because they don't know their next move, and they're waiting for you to rotate. I think I heard Coach White say that's the 6th on the Saints, so if I heard that correctly, next time there'll be next foul on St. Clair, Utica will be shooting.
This 1-3-1 will force you to make a lot of lob passes, create a lot of air time for the other players to run and rotate. Wilson with a tough look there, can't get it to go. He's right back on Ben Davidson to play defense, though. He is quick.
Ben extended that arm, but I believe Wilson was there with the body first before Ben got him with the arm. I think that's what the referee is explaining to Coach Kramer right now. But that's something that Ben has to be careful on. That's a call refs like to make when you extend that arm. They can make that call to some player, and they like doing that.
Well, especially when you're out in the middle of the floor. It's one of those things that probably happens 100 times a day in a basketball game. But when you're out in the middle and you're the only one with the basketball, you start extending the arm. it's going to get everybody's attention. It certainly got Utica's attention there, but I agree with you. I think the block happened first and the offensive foul happened second. Unfortunately, that only one was called. Davidson splits the pair. Saints up 4. Saints missed an opportunity to get a trap there. Got a deflection and a big possession.
Ooh, looked like a kick, yep. Good look.
I really liked where he was going with that. I think if that wasn't going to be kicked, you would have seen a layup. And if I can embellish, maybe it might have been just enough room for Lamb to get a senior night dunk there. There was a lot of space underneath that zone. Williams with a tough righty. Lamb with a board, lots of action down there.
We're going to call a foul.
And a foul on Buddy Broski. He was kind of the last one to the party. There was a lot going on there, and quite honestly, I thought maybe a foul should have been called on the board.
Yeah, I thought it was like you said there. I thought Clark might have got pushed there on the board. I thought Ebley might have traveled with it, and then after that, I mean, you have guys diving on the floor. I'm never a fan of that foul call, even if it goes against us. Yeah, I'm never a fan of that. The guys are out there trying to make plays. They're not out there. I mean, he's diving for the ball. He wasn't going to push the player, well, in my opinion.
And at that point, it's if you didn't call the first two, you opened yourself up for everybody to play physical at that point. If it's a loose ball, let's make it a scrum. And a lot of times you see it a jump ball. Saints kind of like the looks they've gotten in the 1-3-1. Brown makes him pay in the opposite corner. Coach Kramer's going to get a quick timeout. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the fourth. It's 49-48 Saints. 30-second timeout.
It was just a matter of time before Brown got one. I believe that's his third of the game, and that's where he makes his living. And he went cold here in the second half for a little bit. I mean, shooters got to keep shooting. And I saw coaches talking to him on the bench, and that's what they were saying. And he hit a big one right there to cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, we saw earlier that they're kind of taking turns, Utica is, and how they're attacking the Saints. It was out of the gate, it was dribble drives with Wilson, and he was doing a great job turning his defense into some offense. And when they started to gap up and really stop Wilson, it was the shovel pass out to Schmiel. He hit a couple big threes. And now you see against the 1-3-1, they've been moving the ball on the diagonals, getting Brown some looks, and until now he hasn't been able to hit. So
it looks like, I think Coach Kramer called that timeout to get the defensive line. You got Wilson back in there, there's Willie back in there. Those are some difficult guys to play against that 2-2-1.
Long skip. They're going to take it to a trap area. Good lob over the top. Good finish. Buddy Broski with a feed from Eric Williams. If you're going to take it that deep, you got to make that pass and finish. And that was a great job by the Saints beating the press there. Big steal.
Big steal by Williams. His length causes problems for defenses. And he's been close all night to getting one. And once you know in crunch time, he gets the biggest one. Big feed to Davison, and he gets the and one at the other end. That's just a huge swing in this game.
With 1:48 to play, Eric Williams with that big steal has the presence of mind to look up immediately and hit a flashing Ben Davidson. And then for Ben to finish with that contact and one. And finishes a three-point play. That's a big play from the Saints. And puts them up 6.
Part of that is Ben being ready to go too. Just being on your toes and just playing basketball. It's a good job by Ben.
Might give the Saints just the life they need to finish this thing out. They're flying around a little bit. The bench is active. Gonna have to move to get out on shooters. And right there, Buddy Broski's feet just not quick enough to stay with Wilson. And we haven't really had a kid today that had the feet for that.
His first step is pretty dynamic. He's got a good first step.
That's the team 6 there. I was expecting him to be shooting. So not a bad foul, really.
No.
Davidson with a strip. Wilson's lucky that he didn't get called for a foul. Williams goes to the other end, and he's going to go to the foul line.
And like we talked about, I mean, it's good for these young guys to be in that situation. You see Williams come up with a big steal. There you see Davidson get his hands on the ball on the drive and get a big steal. That's big stuff for these guys to be learning.
Yeah, and really on that strip by Davidson there, it looked like Wilson, as he was falling down trying to reach back for it, got a pretty good clutch on his shorts. He was able to get the ball up to Eric, and Eric's at the foul line. Can't get the first.
Yeah, up 6 with a minute 26 left. You're going to have to hit free throws now.
Well, and I know there's plenty of time in basketball terms, but we can't overlook how important this free throw is. You're at a 6-point game. A 7-point lead is just so much better in terms of possessions.
Yeah, I mean, the way they shoot
the way they shoot the ball, you know, 2 shots, that's a big foul shot by Eric Williams. I know if I was actually thinking about that when I was shooting, I wouldn't have made it. So hopefully he was just worried about making the shot, not how many possessions it was.
Schmiel
can't get it to go, looked right on. Williams on the break. Ebling with a foul. Williams going to go back to the line.
Maybe there's a reason those guys from Utica have been going back all day in the rebounds. The last couple possessions, you've seen them crash, and you've seen St. Clair get out on some breaks and just beat them down the floor.
And really, that's been a strong suit for Utica for 3 quarters and 6 minutes, was how well they got back in transition. You had mentioned earlier, St. Clair got a long rebound, had numbers, and all of a sudden the numbers disappeared, and it was a full-on 5-man defensive rotation. Williams makes 2 big foul shots. Minute 10 to go. The Saints lead is stretched to 9. As Utica tries to set up, they're going to get quick looks here. And I got to imagine it's going to include a lot of 3-point attempts. Ebling can't get it. Lamb with a good board. They're going to get Zackley with a hold. And Lamb's going to shoot the double bonus at the other end.
Like you said, you just got to knock them down. This game is yours to win, but you have to finish what you started.
You know, just looking at some overall statistics, it looked like these teams were really similar in kind of the amount of games that they won and the scoring and the defensive end. If you look at their numbers, St. Clair's putting up about 54 a game. Utica's putting up about 52. And both of them are allowing about 51. So it was a good matchup on paper coming in. And really, it's been a nice competitive game. Some lead changes here in the second half. St. Clair's at home, so you got to give them the edge and scoring a few more points. Hopefully they can make some foul shots and finish it out. Lamb can't get either one of those to go. 55 seconds left for Utica.
And that zone being extended is giving Utica some difficult.
It's just a 2-3 zone, but getting out on shooters, doing a great job.
Madsen did a great job putting the hand in.
St. Clair foul number 10. Adam Toby is second.
Foul on Toby there. I didn't quite see it, but that's a big foul. That gives a chance to Utica to score with the clock stopped. And then I'm guessing how to make. You're going to see them go to that press and foul immediately.
Yeah, you see the offensive defensive substitutions here from Utica. You know they're going to bring on a long, lengthy, athletic press to bother the Saints, and then if they get it in, I'm sure it's going to be a foul immediately. Can't get the foul shot to go, but Utica's going to get the rebound. Loose ball.
No fouls if you're St. Clair. Good job by Williams. It was a good job by Williams. You're in a difficult spot there because, I mean, even was against Willie, you assuming that he is as strong as he is, he's going to go up and finish that foul anyway. And you don't want to make it the foul too egregious where it becomes intentional. They get 2 shots in the ball. So, good job by Williams layoff there. I mean, 32 seconds left. Coach Sherrill draw a play up, get the ball in here. You know Utica's going to come out and press. You just have to be able to handle it.
Coach Sherrill wouldn't like me saying this, and it hurts my heart a little bit, but I don't want him to go no beeline magic here today. Up 7 with 32 seconds left. Just win the game, baby. Finish it out. You're in the driver's seat. You got to execute against the full court press, get the ball in, and I think really why Adam Tolby turned that over going back there is he rebounded the ball, did a good job, and then thought to himself, I think Coach wants me to get the ball to another free throw shooter and force the pass that he didn't have to make at that end. So I think he's trying to do the right thing.
And he put himself in the spot. He left his feet there too. And a lot of times players, I mean, they know they can call timeouts, but it never goes through their heads. And Coach Sherrill wouldn't have been mad if Adam would have used the timeout there and drew something up correctly.
I'm surprised that Utica comes out zone. Looks like they're going to get a jump ball. That jump ball, though, is going to go to St. Clair. Like I said, I'm surprised at the zone. They want a quick trap. And they're trying to get a steal here.
There's that foul. I don't know why they're in such a hurry to foul there. Great position right there. They had the sideline, baseline, and two long, lengthy guys they're ready to trap. And Zwilly reached in. I'm sure that's one Coach Kramer like that back. You see the shooters coming back in for the Chieftains. Williams will be shooting 2 for the Saints.
I'm not sure of the timeout situation. I'm under the impression that Coach Sherrill has at least a full left, so he's got that in his back pocket if he needs it.
I think Coach Kramer's down to 1. I think Coach Sherrill has 2 or 3 left. Yeah. At least 2, maybe 3.
Toby's going to come in for Eric Williams after this shot here. Now, if he makes it, I think he's going to come in and give him a little bit of length on the bottom of the zone.
If you're St. Clair, you just want to prevent a roll so they can't kill her. They can't save more time. You see Davidson go up and
Kramer with a long gun. He is left-handed. It took me a while to find that out. Matson with it.
Coach Kramer's going to play
Kramer's calling it off. Saints will dribble out the clock. A well-played game by both teams on senior night. Did a great job winning for those two kids. A lot of congratulations go out to Clark Lamb on a great senior season, overall career. Adam Toby, the same. Corinne Madden, thank you for all your service. The Saints are going to win it tonight in their finale, 59-50 over the Utica Chieftains. That'll move St. Clair to 12-8 on the season, moving into district play on Monday against Marysville. Coach Schwei, you want to take us through the scoring?
Like you said, big win for St. Clair against a quality opponent going into tournament time. For St. Clair, points-wise, I had Ben Davidson with 15, Mario Matson chipped him with 7. Eric Williams was the high guy today with 17. Clark Lamb had a nice second half. He was able to chip in 11. Adam Toby with 4 points. I missed Buddy Broski had 2, and Darren Rutledge hit that big 3 in the first half. He had the 3 points for Utica. I'll just go over their 2 leaders. 15, Caden Ebling with 12, and then a couple of guys with 9. Parker Schmiel and number 23, A.J. Wilson with 9 for the Chieftains. Both teams with good balance and very, very well played ball game.
All right, we look forward to seeing everybody at the district in Marysville at 7 o'clock, I believe. Best of luck to both teams as they move into the MHSAA tournament. I'm Brad Robbins. That's Sam Schweier for Logan Mead on the camera. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
This CTV sports presentation has been brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick, GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By Ackett Soups in Adair and Marine City. North Star Bank guiding the way. By St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, We Care. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Ace Hardware. And by CTV Community TV in Marine City and St. Clair.